Just give yourself permission to detach a little bit, to step back from everything going on in your life right now. All the deadlines coming up, all the pressures we face every day. Just give your body permission to do what the body wants to do, and that's to find balance, to find what we call equanimity. It's like a sailing ship being pushed by the winds and tilting to one side on its axis. But as the winds calm, the ship comes back up, more horizontal, and finds balance. We're going to find that balance in our practice today. Just breathing from your nose, just inhale, ease into your body. And as you exhale, just let go of any tension on the surface. We're going to go deeper, but just the surface. Inhale again, nice and deep. Hold the breath. And exhale slow and easy. Just inhaling again to the count of 5. Hold it for 5. Exhale for 10. Hold it for 5. Inhale for 5. Hold it for 5. Exhaling for 10. And just breathe normally. So that breath work, as we extended the exhale, making it longer than the inhale, it's a hack that we use for the body. We have our autonomic nervous system, and that just stimulates the sympathetic, the parasympathetic nervous system, just giving us a relaxation response. Just allow your body to feel a little bit more relaxed. Just relax the tension in your scalp, where the hair connects into the scalp. Just relax your temples and relax your jaws. Just relax the muscles above the eyes and below the eyes, the area of the sinuses. And just feel the sinus cavities softening. And feel the muscles behind the eyes that hold the eyes in the socket. And just soften that tension. And just feel all the surface tension on the face, gently relaxing. Just allow the tongue to soften in the mouth. Feel the muscles connecting the top of the cervical spine into the scalp, into the skull, on the very back of your neck. Those muscles where you can hold on to tension, and that tension radiates up the back of your head Just soften all of those muscles, letting go of any tension that you're carrying. Just relaxing your throat and the glands of the throat. Just giving yourself permission to let go of any anger, any resentment, or any bottled up frustration that you might be holding in. Maybe today you wanted to say something to someone, but you couldn't. You didn't have the ability, or you didn't feel safe. And instead of getting rid of it, you stored it, you buried it. Just let that energy release from the throat chakra. Just like steam from boiling water. Just feel your chest rising and falling, but falling into the natural cadence of the world around you, the rhythm of the earth. No longer breathing faster than the earth or slower, but breathing with the earth. The earth breathing through you, and you yourself breathing through the earth. Just beginning to feel a deep connection to everything around you. Just relaxing the tops of the shoulders, the trapezius muscles, the levator scapula muscles, the muscles between the shoulder blades of the scapula, the rhomboids. Just softening that tension. Just allowing your arms to relax and let go of any muscular control. The body wants to rest, but the ego wants to play. The ego keeps waking up the body as the body tries to rest. Just allow the ego to become quiet, like a child begging for your attention, but just being steadfast and not attaching to the ego's thoughts. And just begin to see your thoughts floating across your mind, just like a bird flying across the sky. Acknowledge it and let it go. Don't get involved in the drama of the thoughts. Don't try to fix anything now. Don't judge anything. Just watch your thoughts. Be a witness of the witness. Just feeling the biceps and the tricep muscles relaxing. Feeling the wrist relaxing. Just allow the hands to soften, the fingers to open a little bit more. Just loosening your grip of trying to control the uncontrollables in your life. What you can't control is for teaching you to let go. Just feeling the hands open and soft. And the hands are one of our energy centers called the Astabandhas. Just feel a sense of warmth, like a little orb of light and energy and warmth in the palms of your hands. And just bring that relaxation down the back. The thoracic spine in the middle, connecting with your rib cage. And the muscles between each of our ribs, called the intercostal muscles. Just feel them gently expanding and contracting as you breathe. Feel that space between your ribs. Be aware of the intercostals. And bringing that relaxation down into the lower back of the lumbar spine. Just relaxing your hips and all those muscles on the buttocks, the gluteus maximus muscles, just softening on them. In yoga, we constantly tell you to lift the pelvic floor, engaging the Mula Bandha. But just feel your pelvic floor as loose and relaxed now. The opposite. Relaxing your upper legs, the quadriceps and the hamstrings. Just feel the connection of the hip joint deep in your pelvis, the attachment of the femur to the trochanter and the iliac crest of your hips. And just relaxing your knees. While you don't necessarily have muscles in the knees, you have a lot of ligament and connective tissue. Just soften them. And feel a sense of warmth behind your knees, the crease of the knees. Relax your calves and your ankles. 26 bones, 32 joints in the feet, all held together by a network of fascia of connective tissue. And just softening all the muscles in the feet. They carry you through life. They support you. But just feel them soft and relaxed. Flaccid now. And just feeling a sense again of warmth, of light in the soles of the feet. As if they were a portal of energy, and as you inhaled, you could inhale through your feet, lifting that energy up past all of your chakras to the very crown of your head. And then let go of it as you exhale. One of my favorite books, the Tao, the Taoist Bible, and it means the way. But it says, practice the art of not doing and watch how everything falls into place. The Tao is always at ease. It overcomes without competing, answers without speaking a word, arrives without being summoned, and accomplishes without a plan. Sometimes we just have to let go and even let things fall apart before they can fall back into place, better, stronger. So just feeling a lightness in your heart as you just let go of any heaviness that you've been carrying. The great writer Nathaniel Hawthorne had a line that I love that says, "She had not known the weight until she felt the freedom." Sometimes we don't cry because we're weak. We cry because we've been strong for way too long. Just releasing whatever it is that we're holding on to. Just feeling your arms and legs. This is very heavy, very relaxed. As if you were floating on a cosmic sea of light and energy. Free of this world, free of gravity, free of all those things that hold you down. Most humans spend their life only on the surface. Just like the ocean, the surface is the area where storms, where winds, and even electrical storms of energy persist. But yoga and meditation teach us that we have depth within our being as we withdraw and we go within in our practice. Just imagine tapping into that depth deep within yourself. A place of harmony, a place of peace. I remember when I was a child, I would hold my breath and dive underwater, swimming in the Florida Keys, diving on the reefs. And I just remember as I would dive under the water, the silence, the serenity. And in our meditation, we find that same sense of calmness and peace beneath the surface of the superficial world, transcending the physical and entering the spiritual realm. Our physical bodies are just the temple, the shell holding on to our soul, allowing us to have this human experience here and now. We have three bodies. We have the physical body, the gross body. And we have the causal body, which is our soul. And the binding agent between the two that connects the physical and the spiritual is called the subtle body. And it's that prana, or prana, that life force that permeates every cell in your body, giving it life, connecting your soul to your body, allowing you to touch and feel and experience the physical realm. But just allow yourself to step back from the physical body, allowing the physical body to rest, to do what it does naturally. As if it were on autopilot, breathing and resting deeply. In Buddhism, in yoga, we talk about detachment a lot. It can sound cold, like as if you don't have feelings. But detachment doesn't mean that you should own nothing. But instead, nothing should own you. Detachment means loving the people in your life unconditionally, without limits. We were born with that type of love permeating our being. Hate, negativity, those were learned behaviors. So just feel in your heart a sense of love, a sense of light, a sense of compassion, a profound empathy for others. The Buddha said the root of our suffering is attachment. Pain in life is inevitable. Suffering is optional. If we attach to our pain, it becomes suffering. If we attach our happiness to any condition except for our soul, we're setting ourselves up for failure, as the Buddha said and called dukkha. As we detach, we can experience life more. No longer are we always on a mission. No longer do we always have an agenda with goals. But we're not drinking coffee so we can slam it down and wake up and run out the door. But instead we're drinking tea or coffee and we're smelling it. We're allowing it to taste in our mouth. All the aromas, all the flavors, opening up our senses to the world around us instead of just rushing. When we live without attachment, all those things that were invisible to us appear. We see that smile of the child in the checkout at the supermarket. We feel the breeze on our face. We smell the salt air when we're by the ocean. As we detach, we become present. Present to this special slice of time that we only get to experience once. The Australian Aborigines had a proverb. And it said, "We are all visitors to this time, this place. We're just passing through. We're here to observe, to learn, to grow, to love, and then we return home." True detachment isn't separation from life, but absolute freedom within your mind to explore everything with no limits, with infinite possibilities. Just making our mantra something like this. It says, "Today I refuse to stress myself out over things I simply can't control." When we face a situation that we just can't control, we remind ourselves that I refuse to stress myself out over things I simply cannot control. It's so empowering to say to yourself, "This isn't serving me," and walk away in peace. Just learning to walk away from situation and people that don't bring about the best in us. That want to see you fail more than they want you to succeed. But instead to surround yourself with people that truly love you, that want to see the best in you come out, that help you see the world differently. There's a quote that says, "Sometimes you have to walk away from people, not because you don't care, because they don't. When someone hurts you time and time again, accept the fact that they don't have your best interest in mind. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's necessary medicine." Learning to say no is one of the hardest things to do, but it's also the most liberating. So learning to not say yes when you mean no. When you live your life to only please others, in the end, the only one that's not happy is yourself. The great teacher Thich Nhat Hanh, a Vietnamese Buddhist monk, wrote, "Letting go gives us the freedom, and freedom is the only condition for our happiness. For if in our heart we still cling to anything, anger, anxiety, or possessions, we are not free. Thich Nhat Hanh would explain that often we hold on to suffering because it becomes familiar. Like a well-worn path that we've traveled over so much that we fear more the uncertainty of a different trail, a different direction. So we hold on to that suffering out of habit. So just looking in your own life, that suffering that you hold on to, just feeling liberated and free enough to detach, to break that emotional tendency in your own life. In Buddhism, it's called samskaras. Samskaras are deep emotional grooves or tendencies. They're hard to break free from, but it's not impossible. Usually we keep following the same patterns until we've learned the lesson from them. And then magically we're set free. Reinhold Niebuhr had one of my favorite quotes that said, "God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference." The Buddha said that if a problem can be solved, why worry about it? If the problem cannot be solved, worrying will do you no good. Just learning to live life less out of habit and more out of intention. Do things differently. Wake up and get out of bed on the other side. Take a different way home. Just little changes can bring about differences in your life, breaking up patterns and routines. Ram Dass said, "Our journey is more about being more deeply involved in life and less attached to it." In one of his more famous quotes, he reminded us to not die with the music still in us, that each of us still have a song to sing, a lesson to teach others. Just ask yourself, what song is still in your heart? What hope and dream do you have that you want to see come true? Just allowing your hope to be your candle, your passions to be that torch that light your way. Just detach from all those things that make you worry, that make you fearful, that fill you with doubt. And begin to follow your hopes and dreams. Just feeling your body is totally relaxed, totally comfortable. Arms and legs heavy. The Dalai Lama was once asked what surprised him most about humanity. He thought about it, and then he said, man, because he sacrifices his health in order to make money, and then he sacrifices money to recuperate his health, and then he is so anxious about the future that he does not enjoy the present. The result being that he does not live in the present or in the future. He lives as if he is never going to die, and then he dies having never really lived. Let's hope that when we do have to leave our body, that we don't die with that music still within us, those gifts to give others. The Navajo Indians had a quote that said, "We will be remembered forever by the trails we leave for others to follow." The Buddha said that when you light the path for others, you also brighten your path. Just using your life as a message to the world. Mother Teresa wrote, "I am a pencil in the writing hand of a loving God, sending a love letter to the world." Allow your life to be that message. Mother Teresa said, "We all can't do great things, but we can do small things with great love." And while we can't change others, we have the power to change ourselves. We have that power to break free of that gravitational pull, no matter how powerful it feels. To break free of toxic relationships, to break free of harmful behaviors. Just replacing them with loving relationships. Replacing self-harming behaviors with healthy behaviors. Awareness is the first step. being a witness of your thoughts, you can determine which thoughts you want to keep, which ones you want to water and grow in that garden of your mind. Which thoughts are flowers and which ones are weeds. The ones you water, the ones you fertilize, are the ones that will grow and become dominant. The greatest power of a human is being able to decide which thoughts to empower in our lives and which ones to discard. Knowing that whatever we think, we project into the world, and our projection becomes an echo of what we hear back. They say our relationships are a reflection of the relationship we have with ourselves. Be a witness. As if you're watching a movie, detached, sitting in a chair, watching your life as if it were a Netflix series. Don't change anything, but become aware of those things that you want to change. Awareness, again, is that first step. Krishnamacharya, the father of modern-day yoga, said that yoga is a process of replacing bad habits with more appropriate, healthier ones.